The Seeker of Light, The Story of Dr. Cedric Holloway. Chapter 1, The Child of Quiet Streets. On a chilly autumn morning in 1904, deep in the quiet lanes of South London, a child was born who would one day look the universe in the eye. His name was Cedric Holloway. His father, Thomas Holloway, was a modest watchmaker, while his mother, Margaret, was a schoolteacher with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. The family had little in the way of wealth, but their home was filled with books and curiosity. From a young age, Cedric was different. Neighbors called him the strange boy, for he would spend hours gazing at the sky or conversing with the words hidden in books. His favorite toy was a broken telescope salvaged from an old thrift shop. He would lie on his rooftop at night, peering into the stars and whispering, "Where did you come from?" Chapter 2, The Journey of Knowledge. Cedric's brilliance soon became apparent. By the age of 11, he was already asking questions in mathematics, physics, and chemistry that perplexed his teachers. A scholarship opened the doors to King's College, Cambridge, where he began his formal studies. At Cambridge, Cedric's life took a defining turn. He was drawn to physics and astronomy, his thoughts often ahead of his time, too independent for some professors to handle. While others studied in the light of day, Cedric worked through the night, conducting experiments and contemplating the stars. "I don't want to merely understand the universe," he once said. "I want to talk to it." Chapter 3, At the Threshold of Discovery. In 1927, at just 23 years old, Cedric published a groundbreaking paper on a concept he called quantum gravitation, an attempt to merge Einstein's gravity with the nascent principles of quantum physics. Though the idea was not immediately accepted, it caught the attention of a few influential physicists who sensed in it the promise of the future soon after. He received a research fellowship at the Max Planck Institute in Germany. There, Cedric worked alongside the likes of Niels Bohr, Werner Heisenberg, and even Albert Einstein. One day, Einstein told him, "Cedric, your thinking has a strange kind of obsession, reminds me of my youth." For Cedric, those words were more valuable than any award. Chapter 4, War and Exile. As the storm clouds of World War II gathered, Cedric found himself at odds with the world. He was a pacifist at heart. When Britain began recruiting scientists for its nuclear program, Cedric refused to participate. "Knowledge should never serve destruction," he said. That decision came at a cost. Branded unpatriotic, his research funding was cut, and he was ostracized by some academic circles. Eventually, he left Britain, seeking refuge in Switzerland, where he began teaching at a small university. These were dark years. Cedric, once celebrated, now lived in obscurity, but a fellow astronomer and dear friend, Martin Dressler, reminded him, "You were never meant for closed halls and chalkboards. You're a traveler of stars, Cedric, not of Earth." Chapter 5, A New World in 1948. With the war over, Cedric sailed to America. He began teaching at MIT and later at Princeton. His lectures became legendary. Students filled auditoriums, not just to learn physics but to hear a man speak of the universe as if it were a living entity. "It's not just numbers," Cedric told his students. "Science is the journey of the soul through time and matter." During this time, he began working on what would be his magnum opus, the unified quantum field theory, a framework seeking to reconcile gravity, quantum energy, and magnetic fields into a single model. While not conclusively proven, the theory laid the foundation for generations of physicists to come. Chapter 6, The Philosopher of Solitude. Though admired and celebrated, Cedric remained alone. He never married. When asked why, he simply replied, "My love is the cosmos. How can I leave the stars to belong to one heart?" He spent his nights writing poetry, watching the skies, and scribbling thoughts in notebooks. In 1965, he published a book titled Celestial Dialogues, a fictional exchange of letters between a man and a distant star. It wasn't popular science. It was art. It was soul. The book bridged the world of philosophy and astrophysics in a way few had done before. Chapter 7, The Final Discovery. By the early 1970s, Cedric's health was failing. Yet, he refused to stop. He proposed his final and most controversial Idea, the cosmic consciousness. Field, the belief that a subtle, conscious energy pervaded the universe, connecting particles not just through force, but through awareness. Many dismissed it outright. Some called it metaphysics masquerading as science. Journals refused to publish him. But Cedric remained unbothered. If truth is revealed tomorrow, he said, then what does today's rejection matter? A few younger physicists began to explore the idea, blending it with early neuroscience and energy theory. Slowly, Cedric's words started resonating with a new generation. Chapter 8, The Farewell. On an autumn evening in 1979, Cedric Holloway passed away in his New York apartment, gazing at the stars one last time from his balcony. In his hand was an old leather-bound diary containing these final words. I tried to understand you, O universe. You never answered my questions, but you turned me into the question itself. That is my triumph.